Welcome to the latest Manchester United transfer news update. There is a lot happening at Old Trafford right now. We have got major updates on Ederson, a fascinating development in the Tchouaméni chase, clarity on the goalkeeper situation, news on Rashford's limbo, a surprise striker target, and the latest on Rafael Leao. It is an absolutely packed one today, so let's get straight into it. Let's start where we always have to start right now, Ederson. And we are right on the doorstep of this one being officially announced. Manchester United have reached an agreement with Atalanta for the Brazilian midfielder. The fee is an initial £35 million plus a further £3.8 million in add-ons, so up to £38.8 million in total. Personal terms are already fully agreed. The only remaining step is the medical. Once that is completed, Ederson becomes the first official signing of the Michael Carrick era at Old Trafford. But as we have said repeatedly, Ederson is just the beginning. Carrick wants a complete midfield overhaul this summer. At least 2, possibly 3 central midfielders are coming through that door. And the next big name on that list? Well, let's talk about it. Now this is a major development, and it tells you everything about how seriously Manchester United are pursuing this one. According to Fabrizio Romano, United recruitment director Christophe Vivell is personally leading the club's bid to sign Real Madrid midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni, not delegating it, not leaving it to agents. The man responsible for United's entire recruitment operation is personally spearheading this chase. Tchouaméni has been linked with United for several seasons now, but this feels different. This feels like genuine, serious, high-level pursuit. The Frenchman is described internally as a marquee signing, the statement addition that would signal to the rest of Europe that Manchester United are back. A World Cup winner, a Champions League finalist, a 25-year-old playing for the biggest club in the world. If United can pull this off, it would be one of the most significant signings in the club's recent history. Now, the honest assessment: it is going to be difficult. Real Madrid do not sell their best players easily. Tchouaméni signed for the Bernabeu from Monaco for £80 million, and they have no financial pressure to sell. But United are not giving up. Vivell is leading the charge personally, and sometimes in football, when a club wants something badly enough and a player is open to a new challenge, things happen. Watch this one very, very closely. While the Tchouaméni dream plays out, let's talk about what might actually be the most realistic statement midfield signing United can make this summer. And that is Sandro Tonali. Here is the argument, and it is a compelling one. Elliot Anderson at Nottingham Forest. Forest chairman Evangelos Marinakis wants over £100 million and is actively trying to start a bidding war between United and Manchester City. United are not interested in that game. They are not going to get dragged into a ridiculous fee battle. Manchester City, meanwhile, have already submitted a bid for Anderson, and it has been rejected by Forest. So that tells you where the fee negotiations stand. United have wisely stepped back from that one. Tchouaméni is the dream, but as we just discussed, prizing him from Real Madrid is enormously complicated, which leaves Tonali, Premier League proven, already established in English football, 26 years old with his best years ahead of him, and crucially, his agent spoke to the Italian press earlier this year suggesting that a move to a title-challenging club is the obvious next step for him. That is not accidental. That is a player signalling he is ready to move. Newcastle have been boosted financially by the early sale of Anthony Gordon to Barcelona, but they will have to negotiate if Tonali himself wants to leave. And with United ready to go all in, this one could move quickly. More midfield news, and this one is progressing. United have a strong interest in West Ham's Mateus Fernandes, and reports are now confirming that contact has actually been made with the Hammers over a potential deal. This is no longer just monitoring. United have picked up the phone. The 21-year-old Portuguese midfielder had another excellent individual campaign despite West Ham's relegation to the Championship. West Ham are asking for £80 million, a big fee for a club that just went down. Whether United will go to that level is the question, but contact has been established, and that is a significant step forward. Now, Rafael Leao, and there is a very encouraging update here for United fans. The AC Milan forward is described as a primary target for United as they look to strengthen their attack ahead of a return to the Champions League. Leao has officially announced his departure from Milan after 7 years and 145 goal contributions in 291 appearances for the club. Here is the key detail. Galatasaray have already made the first official bid for Leao, but the Portuguese winger is waiting. He is not interested in Galatasaray. He is holding out specifically for an offer from a Premier League club. That tells you everything about his intentions. United have already made contact with his representatives. Milan want over £50 million, and if United make a concrete move, Leao is ready to say yes. This one has real momentum. Now here is one that has come a little out of left field, but makes a lot of sense when you think about it. According to Ben Jacobs, Manchester United are considering a move for Brentford forward Igor Thiago. The Brazilian striker's form for the Bees earned him a call-up to Brazil's squad for the World Cup this summer, which is a serious statement of quality. The interest is described as initial at this stage, so this is not imminent. But Jacobs confirmed that United are in the market for a more experienced centre-forward to bulk up their attacking options. The context here is Joshua Zirkzee. The Dutch striker has fallen completely out of favour at Old Trafford and has been strongly linked with an exit. If Zirkzee goes, United need a replacement, and Thiago has been identified as a potential option. A World Cup striker proven in the Premier League, potentially available at a reasonable fee. That is an interesting profile for United to be pursuing. Right, let's clear up the goalkeeper picture because there have been a few moving parts here. First, Andre Onana. We told you yesterday that he had returned to Carrington from his loan at Trabzonspor. Well, there is now significant clarity on where this ends up. Trabzonspor's president has come out publicly and stated absolute confidence that they will permanently sign Onana this summer. That is a very strong statement from the Turkish club. Meanwhile, Onana himself is understood to be in talks about a permanent exit from United. His £47 million move from Inter Milan never truly worked out, and with Senna Lamens performing so impressively since his arrival, Onana is simply out of the picture. A permanent exit this summer looks increasingly likely, and frankly, for all parties involved, it is probably the cleanest solution. Second, backup goalkeeper Altay Bayındır. Tom Heaton is staying as backup number one. Bayındır, meanwhile, is expected to be sold this summer as he has no long-term future at the club. Another exit to help balance the books. And finally, Marcus Rashford. And honestly, this situation is becoming more complicated by the day. Rashford's wish is clear. He wants to sign permanently for Barcelona. But Barcelona have already signed Anthony Gordon from Newcastle and are also being linked with Julian Alvarez. Their need for Rashford has diminished significantly. They hold a £26 million option to buy him, but are reportedly increasingly hesitant about paying the full fee and are trying to negotiate a lower price. Now, here is the interesting new development. There are reports suggesting that United have actually softened their stance on reducing the fee they want from Barcelona. That is a shift. Previously, United were said to be completely unwilling to renegotiate. If that has changed, it suggests United want this deal to happen and are willing to be pragmatic about getting it done. Rashford is currently at the World Cup with England, which adds another layer of complexity to the timeline. Barcelona have until June 15th to exercise their option. The clock is ticking and the outcome is genuinely uncertain. This one goes right down to the wire. And one final point worth making. United CEO Omar Barada has confirmed publicly that the club's transfer approach this summer will closely mirror last summer's successful blueprint. A balanced mix of proven Premier League talent and stars recruited from foreign leagues. That combination of Ederson from Serie A alongside potential Premier League targets like Tonali, Fernandes and Scott fits that model perfectly. This is not a chaotic summer of panic buying. This is a structured, planned rebuild under a manager and a recruitment team who know exactly what they are building. So to summarise where everything stands today, Ederson is agreed and the medical is the final step. Chouameni is being personally chased by United's recruitment director. Tonali is arguably the most realistic statement signing available. Contact has been made with West Ham over Mateus Fernandes. Leao is waiting for a Premier League offer and United are in prime position. Igor Thiago has emerged as a surprise striker option. Onana is heading for a permanent exit. Bayindir is being sold and Heaton stays. And Rashford's future goes down to the wire with a June 15th deadline looming. It is shaping up to be one of the most transformative summers in Manchester United's recent history, and we are going to be here every single day covering every update as it lands. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss a single thing. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this and drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you want United to prioritize?